What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the breakdown. And today we're going to speak on running backs. Running backs are finally getting paid again. And let me start by saying, I actually love that. Get your money. I'm never going to be against players getting paid. But when I saw Detroit make Jahmyr Gibbs the highest paid running back in football, my first reaction was basically, y'all paid him like, what? And before Lions fans get mad, I'm not saying Jahmyr Gibbs is trash. I think he's very good. I just do not think he is the best running back in football. And if we're talking top of the market money, I'm going to ask whether I actually see top of the market player value. And for me, I do not. Now, this part I actually like. Running backs are getting real money again. Gibbs got 3 years, $67.5 million. Dollars. The deal can go up to $75.75 million, dollars, and $51.5 million is guaranteed. So Detroit didn't just reward a good player, they reset the running back market. Now, before somebody says it in the comments, yes, I understand how contracts work. The next star usually becomes the highest paid guy. Highest paid does not always mean everybody is saying this is literally the best player at the position. Timing matters, age matters, leverage matters, the cap goes up, the market moves. I understand all of that. My argument is just that even knowing how the market works, I still think Detroit went a little too far because I personally don't rank Gibbs close enough to number one to love that contract. But I'm happy that running backs are getting valued again. And this is why I instantly thought about Todd Gurley, and I felt like Todd Gurley was like sacrificed by the owners of the NFL. Todd Gurley got that huge deal with the Rams, then his knee issues showed up, his workload dropped, and suddenly everybody started acting like paying a running back was some kind of financial crime. It felt like that contract became the warning label for the entire position. For years after that, teams were basically saying, we can draft another one. Why pay a running back? So part of me is joking when I say Gurley got sacrificed, but part of me is a little serious. It feels like his situation helped scare teams away from paying running backs for years now. And now the pendulum is swinging back the other direction. And I'm glad. I just still think you have to pay the right guy the right amount of money. Now, before I start having fun and getting down to the nitty gritty, let me give Jahmyr Gibbs his credit. The speed is real, like it's different. He is dangerous in space. He can catch the football, he can turn a normal play into a touchdown. He fits Detroit's offense perfectly. I respect all of that, but every time I watch Gibbs, I'm waiting to be as impressed as everybody else seems to be, and I'm just not. I don't watch him and think this is clearly the best running back in football. Like I think it's levels, and I don't think he's on that Derrick Henry, Saquon, Bijan type level. I see a great weapon. I see a great player in space. I see a guy who can destroy you if you give him daylight. But when I think best pure running back, every down dominance, somebody I want carrying my entire run game, I have other guys ahead of him. Good is not the same as the best. Let's just be honest. Now, this is where I might rub Lions fans the wrong way or Jahmyr Gibbs fans or anybody the wrong way. We can agree to disagree. This is my personal list, not the universal truth, just my list. Nobody else's. Number one, I got Derrick Henry, still the standard for power, physical dominance, and controlling a game on the ground. Number two is Bijan Robinson. To me, he's a more complete lead back. Number three, I got Saquon Barkley. He got home run ability, explosiveness, and a proven lead back. Number four, Jonathan Taylor. I trust him as a true primary engine of a running game. Number five, Achane. I hope I'm saying that right. Similar speed argument to Gibbs, but I personally like Achane more. Number six, I got Josh Jacobs. Ain't nobody been more productive than him since he's been drafted. Not many. He's tough, physical, high volume runner, and yes, there's a little Packers bias involved in that. Then I got Gibbs. And listen, being 7 on my list is not disrespect. Seventh best running back in the NFL is still one of the best running backs on earth. I just don't pay my seventh best guy like he's unquestionably the number one running back in the league. That's all I'm saying. Now, this is where I have my fun. I have to admit something. Maybe the Green Bay Packers completely broke my eye test on Jahmyr Gibbs. Because against my Packers, I keep waiting for this superstar performance that everybody tells me about, that I'm supposed to see, that I'm supposed to be impressed by, and I usually leave unimpressed. 6 games, 74 carries, 289 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, about 3.9 yards per carry, and then we got some weird receiving games because he's supposed to be this superstar receiver back too. 10 catches, only 31 yards. So maybe I'm being biased because I really sit down and watch him, and I'm watching him against a team that has apparently done a pretty good job at limiting him, and I'm willing to admit that. But that is also part of why my eye test is what it is. Against the Green Bay Packers, I'm waiting for that running back one impact, and I just don't see it. I mean, you see the numbers, they lackluster. So I'm big on eye testing what I see with my eyes. I go and do the research and I study. I ain't going off nobody else highlights, or I'm not even going off highlights. I'll use highlights as part of my eye test, but I want to see you live, up close and personal. And against the Green Bay Packers, I just don't see it. He don't be on nothing. I think the teams need to study our game tapes against him, and maybe y'all can slow him down. That's just my opinion. And this is another part of my evaluation. Now, when I evaluate players, I know all these sports are team games. So I will bring into effect whether your situation or your environment is helping you or bringing you down. And Detroit has been almost a perfect environment for Gibbs. Strong offensive line, a lot of weapons around him. Defenses can't just key on him. David Montgomery gave him that power back compliment, which allowed Gibbs to stay in a role that fits his strengths. And especially during the Ben Johnson era, I really hate Ben Johnson, but he's a really, really great offensive mind. That offense was creative, well designed, and constantly putting players in favorable situations. Now, let me be clear. Scheme did not create Jahmyr Gibbs. The dude is talented, but scheme absolutely matters when I'm deciding who is truly the best at a position. Great fit can make a great player look even greater. So when I compare Gibbs to backs who have had to be the entire engine for their offense, I factor that in. So here's my final verdict. Jahmyr Gibbs is very good. He's explosive. He's dangerous. He fits Detroit perfectly. And I'm happy he got his money. Again, I always want the players to get paid. I'm also happy running backs are finally getting respected financially again. I just don't have Gibbs at number one. I don't even have him top five. So from my perspective, yes, I think Detroit overpaid him a little. Not because he can't play, not because he isn't one of the better backs in football, but because Detroit paid him like a player I don't personally believe he is, the best running back in football. So now I want to hear from y'all. Is Jahmyr Gibbs really running back one? Where do you rank him? And Lions fans, am I hating or do I have a point? Drop your list in the comments, like the video, subscribe, and I will catch y'all in the next breakdown video.